and I said I'd respond to it and to the idea, because that's what we do as humans, as artists. We respond to the world, we respond to each other's art, and I think the world is continually calling us to respond in response to it, and that's what's needed right now, I think. So listen to the land speak. This land of which we are made, the bones of our ancestors, the clay in which we grow the food that nourish our bodies. All we have ever needed is this land. It gave us everything: food, shelter, water, a place to live, to laugh, love. All our stories, all our music come from this land. For they are the land expressing itself through us, as we are the land's dream of itself. And we used to know this, because we used to listen to the land. We knew how to listen to the land, and to speak the particular dialects of place. Knew the vocabulary of the lanes, the roads, the beaches, the rivers, the trees, through which we tread our days, the myriad things to which our body minds are in perpetual conversation, communion, and co-creation. For land is not just land, it is place. And place is different from space. A place can have a sense of emptiness, but space can have a sense of emptiness, but place is layered, storied. It is the sum total of all the events that has happened there since the beginning of time. And this lends it a numinous quality, a sense of soul, an interiority, a vibratory field that is always communicating with us, even if we are only aware of this at the deeper instinctual levels of our body minds. And what stories it is offering us all the time. What intimations, what echoes of worlds that are long gone, yet live still in the singing matrix of place. The very soil beneath our feet took hundreds, if not thousands of years to get made, by a whole plethora of beings and processes that we barely comprehend. The beaches we walk are made of stones and shells that were ground to sand by the churning of 10,000 tides. How many days of sunshine and laughter are woven into the matrix of Garristown Strand? How many storms, how many ships wrecked on those rocks? How many lives lost, lives saved? How many songs have been sung along the shoreline? How many stories told? How many prayers said in the dark of the night, candles placed in windows? How many beautiful names have we bestowed upon the sea to garner its favour? Names we no longer use, but live still in the stone cabins and in the grass-roofed huts of our minds. The swan's path, the whale's acre, the garden of the white roses, the grey loom, the meadow of white horses, the harp with 1,000 voices, the cauldron of salt and pearls. Do we give the sea such beautiful names? The fields that sustain us, the woods, the rivers, the trees, do we give them beautiful names? Do we give them prayers, songs, invocations? Or do we, like the poets of old, do we have 7 secret names for the ones we love? Where are the threads of language, the song lines that bind us heart and mind to the dreamtime of place? The old tales tell us that the world is woven out of stories, that stories give shape to the world, and by telling these stories, we keep the world in shape. This was understood to be a sacred art, a sacred function fulfilled by humans. But do we tell good stories? Do we tell stories that keep the world in shape, that keep the world in balance? Stories that bind us to the ancestral kingdoms, to the animal kingdoms, the plant kingdoms, in symbiosis, in kinship, in communion? Or have we forgotten our stories? Have we cast them aside as old, worn out things? I think we can safely say we have. Cast them aside, as we have cast aside the elderly, the infirm among us, the strange, the weird, the ugly ducklings, the fairy. But they are still out there, these stories, still out there waiting. For a song that is sung once forever. And the land doesn't forget. The land remembers. The land is always there, whispering to us, nudging us, calling us home, coaxing us back into right relationship, into connection, communion, co-creation. And I think this is important, actually, this idea of co-creation, because most artists, myself included, and I'm sure all the artists here tonight, we will tell you that we don't really create the work. that we are just receptacles in which the work gets created. The ideas, the images, the words, the melodies, they come from somewhere, from within or without. We pull them from somewhere into the crucible of our creative practice, and we tend them there until they found their right shape. This is the work. Yet even during this process, we are continually influenced by other voices, inspirations, other sensibilities that are not our own, or are just partly our own. Our voices, our minds are singular, not singular. They are plural, multiple, symphonic. And yet somehow, in the Western world, we've come to view ourselves as singularities, separate not just from the world around us, but from each other. And while this strange and damaging belief seems to have become all pervasive in the modern world, it is a relatively recent development. Most ancient cultures, most modern indigenous cultures, view humans as being interwoven and interchangeable with the myriad other life forms with whom we share our environment. Look at all those old fairy stories of people becoming foxes, hares, ravens, swans, about humans taking off their sealskins, putting back on their sealskins and slipping into the water, becoming fluid. Remember all those gods and goddesses from the deep myths. The centaur, the minotaur, the mermaid, the sphinx, the wizards with their flowering wands. Stories that tell us who we truly are. Part animal, part human, part vegetable, part angel. We are all these things, and all these things are us. We are river, rock, raven. We are mountain, heron, badger, boar. The sough of the wind in the willows. The crash of the wave on Guardstown beach. Gulls crying in the summer sky. These are our voices. The world is not other. The world is self. There is no separation. We contain multitudes, magnitudes. We are the earth, symphonically sung. And the belief that we have a singular, independent identity, separate and impenetrable from everything else, this is the great illusion of our age. And it is the root cause of probably all the troubles in the world. We think that we are individuals, that our minds generate independent thoughts and ideas, but the truth is that our entire beings are porous and permeable, engaged at all times in deep and nuanced communication with the world around us. But we have forgotten how to listen to our bodies, to listen to the land, forgotten how to listen to the land, which is our body, and our bodies, which are the land. We're like one of those ships in the old sagas, lost at sea, without rudder, without map, without star to guide us. And this is the work of our age, to dig deep, to find the maps buried within our bodies, buried within the land, to find the maps, the stories, the songs that will guide us home to this beautiful world in which we live, this beautiful earth, this wondrous land that we have betrayed, forgotten, this land that has never betrayed us, that has never forgotten us, and despite all we have done, is holding out a hand still. So, reach out and take this hand. Let us be like Percival in the myth of the Holy Grail, the young fool who goes out to seek the Grail and finds it in the strangest of places, in the home of a broken man, the Fisher King, who possesses the healing Grail, yet is unable to drink it from it because of some great wound he carries. And because he is not able to heal from this wound, his kingdom has turned to a wasteland of sorrow, sadness and despair. And Percival first comes upon the Grail as a young man, in the full bloom of his youth. His heart goes out to the wounded king, and is curious as to why the king cannot drink from the Grail when it's there beside him in his hand. But Percival was raised to be polite, to not stir the waters, to not ask awkward questions. And because of this, he is not able to ask the king that all-important question. Dear friend, tell me, what troubles you? And it's only later in life, when his own troubles and his own sorrow have worn Percival down and taught him that it is better to be more curious than afraid, that he comes to realize it is the question he failed to ask, that unlocks the healing power of the Grail. So he made his way back to the castle of the Fisher King, who still guards the Grail, and Percival, older now and wiser, he knows what to do. He got down on his 2 knees. He held out his hand to the broken king and said, Dear friend, tell me, what troubles you? And as soon as the question was asked, the healing power of the Grail flows to the king. His wound is healed, and his home turns from a ravished wasteland into a green and verdant kingdom. So let us go now, out to the land. Let us go to this land that we have turned into a wasteland because of our great wound. The wound we have not been able to heal because we have been afraid or unable to ask the Cashdolas, the healing question. Let us go to our friends, the trees, the stones, the curlews, the corncrakes, the rivers, the bogs, the toads. Let us go out and kneel down before them. Let us kneel down before them, reach out a hand and say, dear friend, tell me, what troubles you? Dear friend, tell me your story. Dear friend, how can I be of service? Thank you.